Welcome to the December 2020 commencement ceremony. Thank you for joining us today as we recognize the accomplishments of the 2020 East Central University graduates. At this time, I would like to introduce our Regent from our governing board, Regent Connie Riley. Regent Riley from Okemah was appointed to the board of the Regional University System of Oklahoma in 2007, and she has been a terrific regent, serving us in all ways. We are delighted she's here with us today.
Hello, I'm Connie Riley, Vice President of the Regents of the Regional University System of Oklahoma. This is the system that encompasses East Central University. It is truly an honor to celebrate and to share this special occasion with you and your families. I always look forward to graduation ceremonies on the ECU campus. Obviously, this ceremony is a little different, but I, along with the other 8 regents for the Regional University System, extend our congratulations to each of you and wish you the best on your journey going forward. We as regents are so impressed with you, and we share your success stories at every opportunity we can. We brag about those of you who left high school, moved to the ECU campus, became involved in campus life, and completed your coursework in 4 years, or maybe even a little less. We are equally proud of those who took a little different route, those of you who started the traditional program, but for whatever reason changed direction and took a detour. We admire your fortitude and dedication you have shown by coming back as a student and completing your degree. We admired those of you who had to work 40 hours a week, had to fit in classes when and if you could, had to take care of your family, had to face the challenges of in-between things that come up. But you were dedicated and you finished your degree. In other words, we are unbelievably proud of every one of you and the accomplishments you have completed. This is an unusual time, to say the least. Since March, the entire world has changed. How people work, how they study, how they interact, and even how they think about the future. You worked hard for years and finished your degree right as the world abruptly shifted. I like to think of obstacles like these as challenges. Challenges to overcome, to make a difference, to create a better tomorrow. And you have done that. Through all of this, you have modeled one of the characteristics that will ensure your future success: the ability to adapt to changing circumstances. You have persevered by overcoming the most unexpected of obstacles and achieving your goal. I find great hope in your ability to adapt, in your resilience, and in your accomplishments. ECU is putting capable, smart, curious professionals into the world at a time when we need you most. I again offer you my congratulations along with those of the other regents, and I wish each and every one of you the very best in your journey forward. Thank you, and God bless.
East Central University's December 2020 commencement speaker graduated from ECU in 1970 and has stayed true to his love of music and personal growth. A native from Allen, Oklahoma, is now one of the most respected band composers living today, which proves that you can get there from here. It gives me great pleasure to announce East Central University's 2020 Distinguished Alumnus, Dr. Ed Huckabee.
Greetings, graduates and friends. I humbly stand before you today as a 2020 East Central University Distinguished Alumnus, an honor I will cherish for the rest of my life. Thank you, East Central. You will always be my academic home. You, the graduates of 2020, and I have something uniquely in common. My class of 1970 also was deprived of having a regular commencement ceremony. In May of 1970, as we reached our chairs on the west lawn of the campus in full regalia, the skies opened up and the entire event was rained out. So, different circumstances, but similar results. I would like to extend my personal congratulations to you, graduates, to your family members and friends who have supported you, and to all who have helped you guide your paths toward accomplishing this lofty goal of degree completion. With the year 2020 almost behind us, we're all anxiously looking forward to a new year and a brighter day when this pandemic is resolved, and I have faith and confidence that it will be. 50 years ago, as an East Central graduate, I had dreams, ambitions, and goals to achieve, just as you do. I've been very fortunate to have accomplished far beyond what I could have ever envisioned at that time, and so will you. I learned quickly that in real life, setting goals and constantly reevaluating and adjusting those goals was and is a significant part of the journey. Over the past 5 decades, I've transitioned from high school teacher to university professor to department chair to university center director to graduate dean, to arts administrator, to campus vice president, and ultimately to a university presidency, all while chasing my dream of traveling the world as a composer of over 200 published musical works. I challenge you to chase your dreams. Now is the time to begin writing the first chapter of your success story. You, the graduates of 2020, embody what is great about this university and this country: honesty, integrity, passion, and compassion. You're embarking on a world of constant and inevitable change where almost anything is possible, but almost nothing is certain. To live effectively and productively in this world of uncertainty, to thrive, to survive, it is essential that you uphold these tenets of honesty, integrity, passion, and compassion, which are an important part of the East Central heritage. You will become the leaders of tomorrow. You will become the teachers, preachers, architects, lawyers, scientists, businessmen, and businesswomen who will make our future world a better place than it is today. As you take on this sense of responsibility, you must also retain your sense of self and your sense of humor. You must remember to laugh, especially at yourself, because laughter truly is the best medicine. And we all have been and will be in the future guilty of doing incredibly stupid and ridiculous things that are laughable. Love life and love to laugh. Graduates, you're also here today to formally accept the responsibilities which come with your respective degrees, and the responsibility to honor those who have supported and nurtured you to this point: your parents, family members, teachers, mentors, and friends. You must also accept the responsibility to give back, to use the training, knowledge, talents, and passion which you have acquired and developed at this university to impact the lives of others. You must seek to serve rather than be served. In closing, I have a few brief recommendations based on observations from my years in education and the world of work. First, choose your steps wisely, but don't be afraid to venture out into the unknown. Be entrepreneurial, and don't get discouraged if you have missteps along the way, because almost every path has a few puddles to jump through. In the words of Peter Drucker, the best way to predict the future is to create it. 2, choose your friends wisely. Remember, if you wallow with pigs, you cannot avoid getting dirty. However, always be willing and eager to make new friends. 3, choose your words wisely. Don't be afraid to speak up for what you know is right, but never be so right that you can't say, "I'm sorry." And in today's social media world, think twice and maybe even 3 times before you tweet or post. Once you hit send, it's likely out there in cyberspace forever. As Will Rogers once observed, it's a whole lot easier to let the cat out of the bag than it is to put it back in. Number 4, and on a very practical and serious note, never do anything illegal, immoral, or unethical, because nothing you could ever gain is worth going to jail over. Remember that one. 5, learn from your mistakes, but don't be afraid to make them, for mistakes are the byproduct of creative thought. 6, be kind. Kindness feeds the soul of both the giver and the receiver. 7, dream big and believe in yourself. Eleanor Roosevelt once said, "The future belongs to those who believe in the beauty of their dreams." And last, never, ever, ever give up. In the words of that famous fishy philosopher, Nemo, keep swimming, because perseverance is truly the golden key that opens the door to success. East Central University Class of 2020, congratulations and Godspeed.
President Pearson, as Associate Provost and Dean of the School of Graduate Studies, it is my honor to present to you the December 2020 degree candidates for the Master of Arts in Criminal Justice Administration, the Master of Education, the Master in Management, the Master of Science in Accounting, the Master of Science in Human Resources, the Master of Science in Psychological Services, and the Master of Science in Water Resource Policy and Management. The candidates have completed the requirements prescribed by the Oklahoma State Regents for Higher Education for the 4 named degrees, and representing the graduate faculty, I hereby recommend to you that the degrees be conferred.
Graduating master's degree students, as president of East Central University, acting for and on behalf of the Oklahoma State Regents for Higher Education and the Regional University System of Oklahoma, I confer upon you the Master of Education, Master of Management, Master of Science in Accounting, Master of Science in Human Resources, Master of Science in Psychological Services, Master of Science in Water Resource Policy and Management degree, with all the privileges and obligations pertaining thereto.
Lauren Elizabeth Albright.
Nicholas Ty Allen.
Ashlyn May Anderson.
Mackenzie Nicole Anderson.
Donario Charleston Archer.
Marianne Louise Austin.
Jedediah Dean Beck.
Kyle Stephen Berryhill.
Chakota Leanne Blakemore.
Cheryl Lynn Blankenship.
Rhonda Lee Blue.
Sherry Renee Bow.
Veronica Darlene Tiny Booker.
Mary Elizabeth Braggs.
Kevin Natasia Burrows.
Allison Page Bush.
Mary Ann Callis.
Philip Kyle Callison.
Casey Lorene Cantrell.
Jalee Janae Carver.
Edith Jewel Cathy.
Mac Arthur Chambers Jr.
Denisha Shanae Colley.
David Shane Collins.
Hollaby Collins III.
Jacob John Cortezio.
Daniel Colin Creech.
Christopher Dawson.
Carrie Lynn Draper.
Kaylin Sky Ducharme.
Sean Anthony Elmore.
Israel Uvemu Amufa. Whitney Dawn Evans.
Rebecca Marie Franco.
Michaela Corin Gaylor.
Derwin Stanley Gist Jr.
Jennifer Page Goeth.
Shelby Lynn Green.
Shandala Jean Griffin Dirtsky.
Maggie Mae Gines.
Kendall Alina J. Hargis.
Gregory Madison Harmon.
Ty Austin Harrison.
Nancy Lynn Hagan.
Hamilton Hernandez.
Callie Estelle Hogard.
David Neal Irby.
Kinsey Nicole Johnson.
Katrina Suzette Jones.
Tyson Brooke Jones.
Martha Wanjiku Karugo.
Jackson Alexander Kashwar.
Savannah Louise Shaw Knight.
Victoria Ann Knox.
Matthew Sean Lindy.
Heather T. Lusada.
Joe Machetta.
Bianca Karen Mader.
Jacob Bishop Maxwell.
Brady Ryan May.
Lori Michelle Mayfield.
Crystal Gail McCathern.
Darren Doyle McDaniel Jr.
Kylie Nicole McFarland.
Caroline Elise Pennington.
Andrea Marie Raper.
Teresa Reeser.
Elizabeth Alexandria Rogers.
Sean Douglas Shadig.
Jacob Thomas Shaw.
Amy Tracy Smalling.
Christina Lee Spurgeon.
Michael Steele.
Rhonda Riche Sumter.
Catherine Williams.
Abby Catherine Winchester.
Joshua Wayne Wolf.
Cheyenne Lindsay Wollenberg.
Catherine Elaine Yarbrough.
President Pearson, as Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs, it is my honor to present to you the December 2020 degree candidates for the Bachelor of Arts, the Bachelor of Fine Arts, the Bachelor of Science, the Bachelor of Social Work, and the Bachelor of Science in Education. The candidates have completed the requirements prescribed by the Oklahoma State Regents for higher education for the four named degrees, and representing the faculty, I hereby recommend to you that the degrees be conferred.
Bachelor's degree students, as president of East Central University, acting for and on behalf of the Oklahoma State Regents for Higher Education and the Regional University System of Oklahoma, I confer upon you the Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Fine Arts, Bachelor of Science, Bachelor of Social Work, Bachelor of Science in Education, with all the privileges and obligations pertaining thereto. Graduates, at this time, I ask that you please move your tassel from the right to the left side of your cap, indicating your status as a graduate of East Central University.
Ashley Dawn Adams.
Sabine Amgan.
Gilles Maurice K. Arguhunda.
Julie Anna Arietta.
Drew Michael Back.
Michaela Catherine Barger.
Hannah Michelle Barnhart.
Matthew Barnoski.
Brandy Renee Barr.
Rachel McKay Barton.
Kaylee Natasha Beasley.
Suraj Bandari.
Ursula Veronica Bosshard.
Marissa Lynn Brady.
Anna Marie Bratcher.
Clifford Dwight Braxton II. Kirsten Danae Bridgman. Trevor Elijah Britt.
Jaylee Faith Brown.
Nicole Lynn Bird.
Crystal R. Calera.
Megan Ann Carney.
Logan Blaine Carter.
Roshan Chand.
Jatendra P. Chandri.
Kennedy Shea Clark.
Grant Lawrence Coffey.
Azalea Julia Colmenares.
Leandra Lynn Cox.
Galen Eugene Cozart.
Malik Isaiah Crenshaw.
Kenda A. Daniel.
Tamara Darlington.
Fontrick Earl Davidson Jr.
Brittany Nicole Davis.
Kushan Dang.
Taylor J. Diener.
Irma Karina Dixon.
Phoenix John Donahue.
Jijeon Dong.
Kevin Driscoll.
Rhiannon Jade Eason.
Bailey Danielle Eckert.
Jaden Nicole Edwards.
Annabelle Caroline Elliott.
Amber Marie Elston.
Jason Wayne Epley.
Jordan Elizabeth Finellis.
Elisa Danielle Fields.
Amanita Ann Followell.
Ricky Allen Fullen.
Prabin Gahir.
Matthew David Geisler.
Alicia Gail Jarrett Gibson.
Yogesh Gary.
Kimberly Renee Glasgow.
Aiden James Green.
Megan Kimberly Green.
Thomas F. Green,
Devin Ashley Grimm.
Austin Billy Gwynn,
Samantha Leanne Hall.
Brenna Sulianne Heffley,
Joshua David Helstowski.
Caitlin M. Henson,
Madison Lee Hill.
Kara Jo Hodo,
Zane Holler Willis.
Pamela Renee Holly,
Brandy Taylor Horton.
Samantha Kaylee Horton,
Shelby Lynn Hubbard.
Justin David Hudlow,
Savannah Humphrey.
Brittany C. Hunter,
Sienna DeLynn Hutchins.
Danica Nicole Irwin,
Anita Cotwall.
Sabina K.C.,
Lauren Page Keck.
Jonathan Jacob Labaya, Samariti Lamachini,
Lauren Nicole Larison.
Brian Anthony Lee,
Tabitha Ann Lenz.
Derek Scott Linthicum,
Samir Lutel.
Brianna Ariel Lyon,
Abigail Christine Mabray.
Kaylee Renee Madden,
Tilakram Garti Magar.
Deborah Sue Malone,
Brianne Elizabeth Martin.
Charles Nathan Martin,
Nadia Paola Martinez Almendarez.
Bailey Cheyenne Mason,
Jerry Jacob McCarty.
Morgan Danelle McDaniel,
Desiree Elise McGee.
Jacob Rex McGee,
Tracy Brianne McKibben.
Christopher Michael McMahon,
Kristen Amanda Mendoza Keenum.
Dayton Coe Morgan,
Caleb Dakota Moss.
Myra Asala Munoz,
Kaylin Nicole Neighbors.
Krishna Nupani,
Prajwal Nupane.
Rajiv Nupani,
Victoria Dawn Pogue.
Swanka Pockerel,
Jack Andrew Preston.
Blake Ryan Pringle,
Kyle Garrett Qualls.
Elizabeth Ann Raymer,
Amanda Nicole Rhines.
Cameron Denise Riggle,
Isabella Roan.
Carly Michaela Roberts,
Carson Leanne Robertson.
Kyle Andrew Rodriguez.
Joshua Saunders.
Catherine Chloe Saunders.
Jesse Walker Saxon.
Hope Elizabeth Scott.
Emily Ann Marie Selman.
Malik Quintrell Sharp.
Whitney Darlene Shipman.
Nabina Sharesta.
Nancy Shrestha.
Corey Michelle Salas.
Bailey Jeray Silk.
Karina Nicole Sistruk.
Guy Floyd Smith.
Ian Christopher Smith.
John Logan Smith.
Jaden Brooke Okchamali son.
Caleb T. Stewart.
Miranda K. Stiles.
Tanner Riley Stone.
Alyssa Nicole Swadley.
Monica Tapa.
Pujan Tapa.
Uresh Singh Tapa.
Vishal Tapa.
Jennifer Lynn Tiggy.
Giovanni Trujillo.
Kimmy Deneen Van Zant.
Alexis Oliver Ventura.
Faustino Antonio Villagomez.
Caleb Joseph Watson.
Kyler Michael Webb.
Michaela D. Welch.
Gracie Worth.
Robert Leo West.
Matthew Paul White Buffalo.
Julia Rose Whitetree.
Lorraine Ray Williams.
Taylor Marie Williams. Lauren Nicole Williamson.
Zeb Phoenix Willis.
Nikki Michelle Wright.
Bipin Yogi.
Congratulations, December 2020 graduates. We hope your time here as a student has been rewarding, but we also know your time away from campus as alumni of this university will be even better. You'll serve with distinction and make us proud.